1-866-775.
Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show.
437 and 14552 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1-866-775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And then we remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. Long awaited. Yes, indeed. We knew it yesterday. It was coming. Today's National Fudge Day. You got to love fudge. I don't know. I did go and check with my fudge expert, and I was told, who makes fudge in June? Hey, I don't make up the holidays. I don't set these national days of celebration. Maybe it's just somebody that's saying, you know something, I want to see a little bit more fudge at this time of year because we get it at the holiday time, but this time of year might be just as good. I throw that out there for your consideration. Take a look at the markets today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average coming off of its highs. It was up almost 800 points at one time today. We're up 560 right now as I speak to you. The S&P 500 up 62.87. NASDAQ up 178. Ooh, that's a big move on the NASDAQ, up almost 1.84%. Big number right there. So we're watching all of those for you. What's driving the NASDAQ? Obviously, it is those common names that we see on a regular basis. Looking at Apple up 6. Microsoft up 4, Amazon up 30. Tesla's going the wrong way, down 18. That's some of the big names in that NASDAQ sector. Oil up 26 cents per barrel. That's not a big move for oil, but we are looking at its 37.38 right now. Let's take a look and see how that is translating into gas prices if our computer will give us the numbers that we're looking for right here. So we've got gas prices if our computer, I guess the computer doesn't want to give us those numbers right now, so we'll just move right along to futures market. Check on the rates. The 10-year Treasury up 1.89 right now. It's got a yield of almost 0.75%. Germany's still down at a negative 0.425. Germany's not only are they having trouble with their economy, they've got on the wrong side of President Trump, and they are finding out that you don't want to mess with the man. Japan, their 10-year Treasury, 0.023 is their yield. UK, 0.207. So all of those yields not doing the greatest, but it might mean that you can be looking toward a home improvement loan, a home refinance, home restructuring might be good for you. And if you're thinking about buying, your buying power, your purchasing power is increased right now. 10-year Treasury. Let's go look at gas prices. That screen did pop up now. $2.10 national average of a gallon of gasoline, $2.10. Mississippi still leading the way at 174.2 per gallon of gasoline. Calizuela before our next tax increase is at $3 and 0.7 tenths, 3.007. So it's almost $3 and a penny. Hawaii, 318.7. So that's generally the only state that has gas prices higher than us in Calizuela, just because we like taxes, right? Even the high price states, for the most part, are almost 70 cents a gallon cheaper. The high price states are all 70 cents a gallon cheaper than we are in Calizuela. I guess they just like to take our money and figure out what they're going to do with it. Yesterday's average, so we did see a down tick, very, very slight down tick on gas prices on a national level yesterday. So we're watching all of that for you. We watch all these numbers on a regular basis for you. What else is going on in the world? Well, it's still the same thing. It's the bullies out there talking about dealing with, how are they going to deal with some Black Lives Matter group. And yes, I do use the term some Black Lives Matter, because if it was all Black Lives Matter, we would hear somebody talking about Chicago, black on black crime, dozens of people killed every week, every month. So if all Black Lives mattered, that would be part of the discussion. If all Black Lives mattered, then we would be talking about the police officers that are killed in the line of duty, but that's not the case. So in my opinion, this is all just a bunch of some Black Lives Matter protests out there, because, again, we see what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So I got a chat listening to our private news service last night. I have a private news service just because you can't watch all the news stations. I mean, if I watch NBC, which I don't, or MSNBC, which I rarely do, CNN, that's just a propaganda station for the DNC, ABC, CBS, NBC, they're all giving you a left-leaning perspective. I even listened to a TV station I watch early morning before the markets open. And I think I might have mentioned this yesterday. We're talking about the unarmed black man that got killed in Atlanta. Well, by the time when he was killed, he actually was an armed black man that was killed there. Unbelievable. Now I see this morning coming across our desk just a little while ago, a retired New Jersey police officer who fatally shot an armed black teenager 26 years ago, fired from Rowan University amid a renewed national debate over police brutality and systemic racism. Unbelievable. Rowan University President Ali Hoshmand said in a statement last week that amid a national spotlight on social justice and police matters, the school will not reappoint Peter Amico, a former officer of the Glassboro Police Department, during its Board of Trustees meeting Wednesday. Given the circumstances of Amico's employment prior to serving at the university and the necessarily painstaking evaluation of Rowan's institutional commitment to racial justice and equity, Amico's employment will be discontinued. As a university, we believe Black Lives Matter, so only some. We are looking hard at our own organization, our policy structure, and cultures. We found we have work to do, according to Mr. Hoshmand. I'm sure some of it will be more difficult and uncomfortable than we can imagine. We will be transparent in our transformation and look for opportunities to engage with the university community to bring about much needed change. Mr. Amico, who became a full-time employee in 2010, 10 years ago, had served as director of the school's emergency management office. Unbelievable. So he's lost his job for something that he did 26 years ago that was investigated and found that he was not at fault. Part of the reason why I disagree with the concept of one of the things the president's talking about is having a police register of accusations. Accusations are irrelevant, right? You can accuse anybody of anything at any time. We've seen that recently. The issue needs to be, what was the outcome? If one is found guilty of something, yes, they should be held accountable. But just to take a man's career away, and I don't know whether he's a black man or a white man, doesn't matter to me, But to terminate someone's services for something that he was found not guilty of, that means in the United States of America, he is innocent until proven guilty. So he is an innocent man losing his job because of something that happened 26 years ago in the line of duty. Now, we've had on our broadcasts in the past Paul Chabot, Dr. Paul Chabot, and he's got a new business out. I'm going to try and get him on one of our broadcasts coming up. New business is to relocate police officers from some of these crazy communities, Los Angeles, New York. I mean, did you see what New York did? They just got rid of all of their plainclothes police officers. They just reassigned every one of them, 600 officers. So they're getting rid of all of the plainclothes police officers because they've been bullied. The communist de Blasio, who, by the way, gave $1 billion contract to his wife, and they have no idea where the money went. But Comrade de Blasio comes up with this harebrained scheme that's what they need to be doing. Get rid of the plainclothes police officers. Do you think that's going to make the city safer or less safe? Do you think if there is a terror threat, which there is many, many times in New York, do you think that if they see the blues of a police officer coming, they're more or less likely to continue on as opposed to having somebody in plain clothes? How do you send somebody undercover to do any kind of work if you're not allowed to have plain clothes officers? Unbelievable. Where are we heading? Obviously, you look in the Seattle area. Well, they've set up their own country up there in that little area where they took over. I'd like to have a business in that area where they have no voice at all. So we've got two different issues here. Again, I started telling you about our private news service, talking about Black Lives Matter as the slogan, as the organization, versus Black Lives Matter, the organization. The organization is nothing more than a rebirth of the Black Panthers, the vicious Black Panthers, the I don't know the right terminology. My mind just went blank. But the idea here is that the Black Lives Matter organization, they're just a terror cell. That's what they are. If you are promoting them, if you're excited by them, that's what you're promoting. Now, there's individuals that are out there looking for some semblance of change. Most of them, you ask them what they want, they don't know. But you look at some of the narcissists, LeBron James or Kyrie Irving, you know something? Don't go back to work. I don't care. Right? You're making millions and millions of dollars. See who's going to hire you with your extensive skill set without going into the NBA. I don't know too many people that are making NBA salaries. I know a lot of folks. I don't know too many making NBA salaries. Let's see how much good you can do when you're on the unemployment line or trying to figure out, because you look at these guys, if there's no basketball, they don't need any basketball announcers or commentators, so they're not going to make any money there. Do you think you're going to hire them as an attorney, an accountant, as a business professional? Some might. If you have enough money, money can make up for poor business decisions. Now, that'll work for a certain amount of time. Just throw that out there for you. What else is going on in the world? Still discussing the Atlanta Police Department. That's a headline still. Again, New York PD ends plainclothes anti-crime unit. Crime is okay now in New York, apparently. New York officers taken to the hospital after drinking milkshakes from Shake Shack. Yeah, apparently they didn't clean the machines as well as they should. The officers got sick. Orange County, we've got that in Anaheim, where some of the firefighters have gotten the COVID-19. 7 of them tested positive. Apparently 3 are fully recovered and back to work now. So that is just another one of those issues that we're looking at. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, 3 reasons home buyers are ready to purchase this year. Are you ready for the summer housing market? What is a judgment? Everything you need to know. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
10+% return on your investment? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs and the products. You just need to make the call again, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. Let's check and see what the markets are doing this morning. We watch them for you all the time. So we're looking at the Dow Jones up 470 now, NASDAQ up 139, S&P 500 up 45. The 10-year Treasury yielding is up 4 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities down 6 basis points. Why is all of this happening? Well, the Federal Reserve, they're at it again, saying businesses get whatever they want. And they're going to continue fighting to make sure that we don't have too much of a very hard recession in spite of the coronavirus. Is it coming back? Is it growing? Well, we will be watching that on a regular basis. But the mortgage bonds right now slightly lower. President Trump is considering, or Bloomberg reports that President Trump is considering a $1 trillion infrastructure plan where most of the funds would go to roads and bridges, with the rest of the funds being devoted to improving 5G and rural broadband. There was also some breaking news on a new COVID-19 treatment, a steroid called dexamethasone, I guess that's how you say it, which reduced deaths by 1/3 in ventilated patients and by 1/5 in other patients receiving oxygen only. No benefit among those patients who did not require respiratory support, but is something that may be effective in severe cases. We like to take care of everyone, but there's going to be many therapeutics that are going to come out. Also helping fuel the stock is causing the near 1,000 point turnaround yesterday was an announcement from the Fed that they would be buying corporate bonds on top of the exchange-traded funds they're already buying. Fed will begin buying a broad and diversified portfolio of corporate bonds to support market liquidity and the availability of credit for large employers. The problem is the program has the ability to buy up to $750 billion worth of corporate credit with maturities of 5 years or less. That means as they come off the balance sheet automatically as the maturities hit. Here's another one that we're going to talk to you about. I've told you about this in the past, and it's a report that gets very, very little reference. The Cass Freight Index. So that's telling you about where shipments are. The May Cass Freight Index came out late yesterday, and shipments fell 24% year over year. They said following what we believe was the trough in April, the Cass Freight Index showed some, but only little, improvement in activity last month. We were surprised not to see more of an uptick. The reopening schedule appears to have unfolded slower than we anticipated, and also because the freight data reported by some of the public companies showed a more significant sequential jump and better year-over-year improvements than Cass showed, unquote. They forecast that 2020 will get back to the 2019 freight activity levels. Retail sales in May rebounded 17.7% after falling 14.7% in April. The control group rose 10.6% after falling 12.6%. We're going to see how these figures change as time goes on. I know we got an NAHB, National Association of Home Builders, came out with their numbers as well. So I want to see if I can find that one for you also. That usually we get that in our short notices, because that's also giving us indications as to what the market is seeing. So we did see that the Fed chair said in front of Congress today the central bank would adjust corporate bond buying based on market conditions. So that's just one of those items in there we're watching for you. Let's see if I can find those other updates as well. Morning up. So I'm not finding that other report that I wanted for you, the NAHB report. But we're watching all of these different numbers. That's what's giving us the market volatility, the market swings. And we're seeing all of these different issues going across, and we're still in a very, very tight trading range on the mortgage-backed securities. We are sitting right square between the 25-day and the 50-day moving average, and it's a very, very tight window on the two of those. So we're gonna push our way out. My guess, just watching the charts, is bonds will probably go higher, which means rates should go a little bit lower. That's the idea. That's what we're really anticipating here. And we're going to continue to watch that for you to see where that goes. What does that mean to you? Well, it means I just sent out to about 50 of our private clients this morning some updates on where we stand on looking at mortgages, people that have taken out mortgages recently. And should they be looking at something new? Should they be looking at a restructure? And I'm going to suggest to you that you need to go and look at your mortgage statement. Find out where you are. If you took out a mortgage anywhere in the last year or so, you're going to have to be looking, or you should be looking and seeing, does it make sense for you to restructure? I just looked right now. I've got the Freddie Mac mortgage market survey, and it comes out every Thursday. So I'm just going to share, this is a little bit older data, but since we're talking about it, it makes sense. 3.21 was the average 30-year rate. You have to pay about 0.7 of a point to get that. Last year, if you got your mortgage last year, it was 3.82. So you can save almost 5/8 of a point, a little over 5/8 of a point, by restructuring that loan. I'm going to submit to you that you might want to be thinking about that, just because if you restructure that loan, think about how much money you'll save over the course of 30 years. If you don't know, well, your mortgage professional should be telling you that. If they're not, give us a call at 800-306-1990, or even easier, just send a copy of your mortgage statement. There's nothing on your mortgage statement that's not already in the public domain. It's public information. And we can make some assumptions and give you some ideas as to what might be beneficial for you to talk to your mortgage professional about. There might be a way that you can save a few $100s a month, or maybe if you've got equity, you might want to be looking and saying, okay, even though in some areas it's not really as advantageous as it will be coming up, but you might look at it and say, you know something, I think what I want to do right now is I want to consolidate my debt. We just finished with a local attorney where we consolidated all of their debt, including student loans, car loans, everything, saved them about $800 a month. They got about $30,000 in cash out in order to do some home improvements, and their payment was still going to be significantly lower. And if they take that savings and put those savings into the principal as additional principal payment on the loan, it cuts a 30-year loan down to about 22 years. Right? And think about the reduction of stress if you're not having to worry about where you're coming up with money, how you're doing these things. I'm going to say this. I've said it many, many times. Strategy beats rate every single time. Strategy beats rate. So if you don't have the right mortgage strategy, home loan strategy, you can have a great rate, but if the strategy is not right, you're going to be missing out. You may be looking, and I've got quite a few people have sent recently that they're thinking about buying houses. Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, if you're a renter and you don't have the cash, have you thought about the idea that there are down payment assistance programs? Have you thought about that? There's a lot of them out there right now, and maybe you qualify to get $25,000 in free money to go and buy a house. I know some people are busy protesting and they're not going to find that out, but that is the issue. It is out there. It is available. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, 3 reasons home buyers are ready to purchase this year. What is a judgment? Everything you need to know, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel, youtube.com/Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel the numeral 1. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL lendingteam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to
Are
Ron
you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest, SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. In the digest, they do a great job of telling you precisely what the market believes your property is worth. They will also tell you precisely what the county recorder knows about your property. So you're going to get all of that in that digest. And the price is my favorite. It's free, or I should say complimentary, of Ron Siegel Radio, because you're not paying for it. We pay for it on your behalf. So let's take a look at the report today. People are ready to be buying their new homes. It's amazing what's going on right now in the marketplace. We've been watching it right along. Let me see if I can find the report here to share it all with you. Oh, come on now. It doesn't want not behaving this morning. Sometimes these computers don't get these the prompter, the story right up in front of us as quick as we would like it. See if I can get it. There we go. So, reasons home buyers are ready to purchase this year is our conversation. A recent survey by LendingTree tapped into investors of over 1,000 prospective buyers. The results indicated 53% of all buyers are more likely to buy a home in the next year, even amid the current health crisis. The survey further revealed why, naming several reasons, buyers are more likely to move this year. And yes, of course, we have a graph to show you, to give you that information. See if I can get that graph to pop up there for you. Actually get it popped up so we can actually see it, because it's a little bit difficult to see right there. Reasons many buyers are more likely to purchase a home in the next year. You should have that on your screen right now. Take advantage of low mortgage rates is 67%. Able to save more money for a down payment due to reduced spending, 32%. Being stuck in a small place made me want my own home even more, 28%. So let's break these down. Why these are a few of the key factors motivating buyers to actively engage in the home search process, and the corresponding wins for sellers as well. Number one, low mortgage rates. Biggest reasons potential buyers indicated they're eager to purchase this year is due to current mortgage rates, which are hovering near all-time lows. Today's low rates are making it more affordable than ever to buy a home, which is a huge incentive for purchasers. In fact, 67% of respondents in the LendingTree survey want to take advantage of low mortgage rates. This is no surprise when comparing historic mortgage rates by decade. And I'll see if I can get that one to show up for you. So if you look at the rates average for each decade, the 1970s, 8.86, the 1980s, 12.7. I've told you many times my interest was significantly higher than that. This is from Freddie Mac is where we get all this data, so we want to make sure that we give them the kudos they deserve. 1990s, 8.12, the 2000s, 6.29, 2010s, 4.09. Right now, we're sitting at 3.21. I've told you that previously. Sam Cotter, chief economist at Freddie Mac, recently said, quote, as the economy is slowly rebounding, all signs continue to point to a solid recovery in home sales activity heading into the summer as prospective buyers jump back into the market. Low mortgage rates are a key factor in this recovery, unquote. Number two, reduced spending. Some people have also been able to save a little extra money over the past few months while sheltering in place. One of the upsides of staying home recently is that many have been able to work remotely and minimize extra spending on things like commuting expenses, social events, and more. For those who fall into this category, they may have a bit more saved up for down payments and closing costs, making purchasing a home more feasible today. Number three, reevaluating their space. Spending time at home has also given buyers a chance to really evaluate their living space, whether renting or as a current homeowner. With time available to craft a wish list of what they really need in their next home, from more square footage to a more spacious neighborhood, they're ready to make it happen. What does this mean for buyers and sellers? With these three factors in play, the demand for housing will keep growing this year, especially over the summer, as more communities continue their phased approach to reopening. Buyers can take advantage of additional savings and low mortgage rates. And if you're thinking of selling, Know that your home may be in high demand as buyer interest grows and the number of homes for sale continues to dwindle. This may be your moment to list your house and make a move into a new space as well. If you're ready to buy or sell, maybe both, let's connect to put your plans in motion. Low mortgage rates leading the way. It's a great time to take advantage of your position in the market. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. We share that with you all the time, that you've got some great information there. You just have to make sure and go and get the information. Make use of it how you see fit. That's the best way. It's not always going to be the same for everybody. But there's a lot of going on this summer as well as we continue our words eye discussion of buying and selling real estate this summer. And we talk about the housing market for this summer. Health crisis started making its way throughout our country earlier this spring. Sellers have been cautious about putting their homes on the market. This hesitation stemmed primarily from fear of the spread of the coronavirus, and understandably so. This abundant caution has greatly impacted the number of homes for sale and slowed the pace of a typically busy spring real estate season. Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, notes, quote, as more homeowners are reluctant to list their homes for sale amid the pandemic, the supply of homes available to potential home buyers continues to dwindle, unquote. With many states beginning a phased approach to reopening, virtual best practices and health and safety guidelines for the industry are in place to increase the comfort level of buyers and sellers. What we see today, though, is that sellers are still making a very calculated return to the market. In their latest weekly housing trends report, Realtor.com indicates, quote, new listings on the slow path to recovery. Nationwide, the size of declines held mostly steady this week, dropping 23% over last year, a slight increase over last week, but still an improvement over the 30% declines in the first half of May, unquote. Although we're starting to inch our way toward more homes for sale throughout the country, the number of homes on the market is still well below the demand for buyers. In the same report, Javier Vivas, director of economic research for Realtor.com, shares, I quote, sellers have yet to come back in full force, limiting the availability of homes for sale. Total active listings are declining from a year ago at a faster rate than observed in previous weeks, and this trend could worsen as buyers regain confidence and come back to the market before sellers, unquote. Lawrence Yoon, chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, seems to agree, quote, in the coming months, buying activity will rise as states reopen and more consumers feel comfortable about home buying in the midst of the social distancing measures, unquote. What we can see today is that home buyers are more confident than the sellers, and they're ready to make up for lost time from the traditional spring market. Summer is gearing up to be the 2020 buying season, so including your house in the mix may be your best opportunity to sell yet. Interest in your house may be higher than you think with so few sellers on the market today. As Viva says, quote, more properties will have to enter the market in June to bring the number of options for buyers back to normal levels for this time for this time of the year, nationwide and in all markets, unquote. Bottom line, again, if you're looking to sell your house this summer, let's connect. I am not a real estate agent, but I do put people in touch with one another to help them get the best opportunities and give them the right strategies to employ to get their home sold. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, what is a judgment? Everything you need to know, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area-trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer, they've got the solutions for you. You just need to make the call. What is a judgment? Everything you need to know. What happens? Let me find where the beginning of this judgment. An order issued by a court of law. When you borrow money, you are legally required to repay the debt. This includes opening a credit card account, getting a line of credit from your bank, and obtaining financing for a big purchase. You can also become indebted to service providers. This can include utility companies, medical professionals, cell phone service providers, auto mechanic shops. They provide a service to you and then bill you similar to a credit extension. So what happens when you don't pay a bill or repay a debt? The company, creditor, collection agency has legal ways to pursue payment. One of those options is to sue you. If they are successful, the court issues a judgment against you. The court enters a judgment against you if your creditor wins their claim or you fail to show up to court. You should receive a notice of the judgment entry in the mail. The judgment creditor can then use that court judgment to try to collect money from you. Common methods include wage garnishment, property attachments, property liens. State laws determine how much money and what types of property a judgment creditor can collect from you. These laws vary, so you need to look to your own state for the rules that apply. A consumer law attorney can help you understand your state's laws on judgment collections. Your property includes both physical items and money. That means judgment creditors can seek debt payment from more than your wages and bank accounts. They may also take back a car you financed or other personal property. Another option is placing a lien on some of your property, such as your home. Creditors must follow the law when applying for a judgment to take or seize your property. Some things are exempt, which means they can't touch those items or properties. Some examples include the home you live in, the furnishings inside it, and your clothes. State law identify these items and set limits based on their value. Non-exempt property can be taken to help meet a judgment debt. Your creditor can take or leave these possessions in the following ways. Wage attachments. This is known as a wage garnishment. When your employer receives a proper legal notice, they must withhold a percentage of your wages. These payments are sent to the judgment creditor until your debt is paid. The Consumer Credit Protection Act caps these types of garnishments. The limit is 25% of your disposable weekly wages, or the amount you earn that's above 30 times the minimum wage. The lesser of these two amounts applies. Some states set the cap even lower. Non-wage garnishment. If you're retired and unemployed or self-employed, your bank account may be garnished instead. Here, too, there are exceptions. Veterans payments, Social Security, and disability benefits are not eligible for non-wage garnishment. Some states add even more restrictions to the garnishment of bank funds. Property liens. If you own real estate, your judgment creditor may file a legal claim against it. These liens notify lenders of the creditor's rights to your property. That way, if you sell your real property, the debt must be paid out of the proceeds. In many states, liens are placed automatically when a judgment is entered. Property levies. Judgments may also allow some of your non-exempt personal property to be taken through a levy. Law enforcement may seize things like valuable collections or jewelry to be sold at auction. Sale proceeds are applied to your debt. Heading off a lawsuit is the best way to avoid a judgment. To do so, don't ignore calls and correspondence from your creditor. Reach out to learn if they'll accept suitable payment arrangements. Educate yourself on smart ways to pay debt collectors and consider using the services of a debt management agency. What if the loan company or debt collector has already started the lawsuit? Do not skip court. Show up and fight. You may win if the statute of limitations has expired. If you haven't made a payment on old debt for many years, you may have a successful legal defense. Most states set the time frame from between 4 to 6 years. Collectors often still file suit because they win by default if you don't show up. So it's important that you go to court with proof of your last date of payment. If you successfully defeat or avoid a judgment, don't stop there. Take some sensible steps to help you get out of and stay out of debt. Adopting these financial habits can also help prevent future judgment actions. The answer depends on how long your judgment creditor can pursue payment. What's the statute of limitations? Others, depending upon what your state is. What happens when you can't pay a judgment against you? If you own a limited amount of property, it may all be exempt from judgment collections. Also, you may not work or only work part-time with a CCPA cap. That may mean you don't earn enough for garnishment. So there's a lot of different options in here. The idea, again, seek guidance when you have these. If you have these kind of problems, don't put your head in the sand. It's not going to help you in the long run. I've been there, done that. Just be careful. That is the Your Credit Matters segment being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.